Hello guys, welcome to Wofoy TV. My name is Ekia, or you can call me Ekia Wofoy. If this is your first time here, please click the subscribe button. But if you have been coming here and you have never subscribed, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Guys, today I wanted to give you an update about the DV 2023 interview. Okay, so far we know how things are going. I did a couple of live videos recently talking about the number of cases that are still at MVC yet to be scheduled. At the time of that video, we had 28,848 cases that were still pending at MVC globally, waiting to be scheduled for interview. And majority of those cases are for Africans. But today, my topic is a little bit different from that. The reason why I reference that is that a lot of people are sadly not going to get interviews. So when you get an interview, you are one of the lucky ones who was able to start this journey all the way to the end. But then there have been reports of people who are missing their interview appointments because they did not get the interview notification. Some people have just been relying on one source as a way of determining whether they have received interview appointment letters. So today I'm here to give you some tips to help you so that you don't miss your interview appointment. Remember, thousands of people are going to miss this once in a lifetime opportunity. You don't want to be the one who gets lucky to get an interview appointment and then don't make it to the interview because you didn't get the letter. Okay? Now, there are three things that I want you to do consistently until the fiscal year comes to an end. If you're somebody who hasn't received your interview appointment letter, I want you to do these three things consistently till the fiscal year comes to an end. The first thing that I want you to do is that you should be checking your emails consistently. The emails that you have been using as a way of communicating, corresponding with KCC. You have to be checking that email consistently. Check your inbox, check your junk mail, check your spam mail. Check them consistently several times in a day, because when your case gets scheduled for interview, typically KCC will send you a notification through that email. So those of you who have been using multiple email accounts to communicate with KCC, you may want to check all of them. You may want to check your junk mail, because who knows, there could be an important mail sitting in your junk mail that requires your attention. All right, so keep checking your emails, and when you receive any email from KCC telling you that there is a notification for you, click on this link to go and look at that notification. That means that you could be getting your interview appointment letter. You should follow that instructions. Okay. The second thing that I want you to do, aside checking your emails every day, you need to check on the entrance status check. The entrance status check is the same website that you check to see whether you have been selected. Remember, when you won the lotto, you went to a website. The website that you apply for the lotto on is the same website that is the entrance status check, ESC. Okay? So you go to dvprogram.state.gov, and then you go to the program year that you won the lotto for. So as a DV2023 person, you click on 2023. Type in your confirmation number and everything, just like you are checking as if you are now trying to confirm whether you are a winner. The same procedure is what you would do to see if you have interview letter. If your case has been scheduled for interview, you will see an interview letter there, and it will tell you the date and time and the location of your interview, and then it will give you a brief statement regarding your interview. All right, but when you check and you still see your winning letter, that means that there is no interview letter for you in this portal. Okay, now the third place that I want you to also check will be on SEAC. Okay, SEAC, CEAC, which is the Consumer Electronic Application Center. Go to seac.state.gov, and under the immigrant visa application column, click on check visa status. When you click on check on visa status, it's going to ask you to put your case number. So you put in your case number 2023, you include your region code, you skip the preceding zeros, and then you add the rest of your case number. You type in the captcha or the authentication code that will be generated on the website, and then you click on it and it will tell you. Now, the reason why you're supposed to check all of these three places is that sometimes you may not get the notification, but then on SEAC, it shows that your case has arrived at the embassy. So don't sit there and wait for an email. If you don't get an email, your case is still scheduled, right? There have been instances, and one example that I know for a fact is Liberia. There have been some instances where somebody may be from Liberia, Sierra Leone, the person got interviewed, but then they didn't get their letter. They saw that on SEAC. It shows that their case has arrived at their embassy. But then they never got the email. When they check on the entrance status check, there was never anything there to indicate that they have been scheduled. But on SEAC, it showed them that they have been scheduled. So this is why you must check all these three places every time, just to confirm. If one place shows you that there is a likelihood that you have been scheduled, then this is what you're supposed to do. Send an email to the embassy, not KCC. Send an email to the embassy asking them that your case has been started. Tracking shows that your case is at the embassy, has been scheduled for interview, and you want to get the details of your interview appointment, when your interview is scheduled for, and the time that you're supposed to be there, and then the address of the embassy. The embassy will give you that message. Okay, so don't say that because you didn't get a notification from KCC. Don't say that because when you check on the entrance status check page, you did not see anything. You are just sitting there and waiting. If you do that, you're going to miss your interview. Okay, so like I said, if you check in any of those three places and there's an indication that your case has been scheduled, then you need to contact your embassy immediately. Send them an email, give them the details of your case. This is your case number, your full name, your date of birth, and ask them to give you the details of your interview appointment. As simple as that. Please provide me, or kindly provide me, the details of my interview appointment, the date, the time, and the location of my interview. When the embassy responds and gives you those information, when the embassy responds and provides you the details of your interview, which is your the location of the interview, the date of the interview, the time of the interview, that is now your interview letter, the one that we call second notification letter. So when the embassy gives you that email, you now print that email and you take it with you for your medical appointment. Okay? So please don't make a big mistake in thinking that your interview letter is supposed to arrive in the same way as everybody else. You must check in these three places. One big caution that I want to give to you guys is that I know we are all in Telegram groups, WhatsApp groups, various social media platforms, and then there's this generation of list of cases that have been scheduled for interview. And this is great that somebody has taken it upon themselves to create an application that allows us to see that to see the cases that have been scheduled. But I want to caution you that don't rely on that as your official source. The reason why I am saying that don't rely on that as your official source is because sometimes your case may be scheduled, but it may not be in the number, in the case numbers that have been generated from this other place. Okay, I have seen that so many times. I have even shared some of this in some of my groups. Okay, I am not saying it is a bad thing. I am not saying they're giving wrong information, but sometimes your case number may have been scheduled, but it is not on that list. So if you're using that list, that is, the second notification update that we get on Telegram every day. If you rely on that one as your only source to realize whether you have been scheduled for interview, you might make a big mistake and miss your interview appointment. So it is good that we have this wonderful thing, and I in particular, I am grateful to this person who have made this available to all of us, right? But my people, if you read some of the fine prints carefully, they tell you that the information is not, don't consider it as your official source, meaning that you have to also look at other information also so that you can make better decision. So when you see all the list showing the cases that have been scheduled for interviews, it is possible that your case has been scheduled but it is not on that list. Some people, it has happened to some people. Somebody was scheduled and their case number was not in the list until several days later. Then their case number showed on there, right? So please don't just use one side. That's why when I'm detailing the steps or the things you're supposed to do to make sure you don't miss your interview appointment, I'm giving you 3 options and check in all those places. Don't just rely on one place. Don't just be checking your inbox only. Don't just be checking on entrance status check. Don't just be checking on SEAC only. You have to check all of these places just to make sure that if one place does not give you that information, you will not miss it because you were only counting on one aspect. All right, please don't miss your interview appointment, because if you miss your interview appointment, your embassy may not be able to accommodate you on their calendar for the remaining days of the fiscal year. Okay, some embassies have already scheduled September. Some embassies are yet to schedule August and then September. But please be careful in getting too comfortable and relying on just one piece of information and not looking at the whole picture, and then running into difficulties. All right, but guys, thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please share it with your friends and families. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. If you have any questions, just send me an email, wofoytv@gmail.com. All right, but guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Love you, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye. Bye bye.